Get another math video from algebratesthelper.com. And what I want to talk about in this video is actually I'm talking to the homeschool audience out there. So if you're a homeschooler and you're watching this video, thank you and welcome. And I just want to talk very briefly to those of you that are looking to homeschool algebra or pre-algebra and are looking around or maybe have some concerns or questions about it. Now, I'm talking to you from the perspective of 25 years of teaching experience. My name is John Zimmerman. I'm the president and founder of tabletclass.com. Let me write this website down for you. tabletclass.com. And I mentioned that site. I also have Algebra Test Helper as a free resource, but tabletclass.com is a full course membership site for middle and high school math. And I would say we have a significant percentage of our membership being homeschoolers. So I really know what I'm talking about. And, of course, I have the degree in math and master's degrees, etc. But I have a lot of a teaching experience. But what I want to just share with you right now is some of the things to consider when you're looking at homeschooling Algebra 1. So here's some basic examples of the type of problems that your child will be learning. So the first one here is a basic quadratic equation, and here we have systems of inequalities, and then down here we have a rational equation. So you might look at it and say, well, yeah, I can do this problem, this problem, this problem, but it's one thing to be able to do a problem. It's another thing to kind of fully comprehend and contrast what type of equation means versus another type. And that really takes, when you're first learning this, really takes the experience of a teacher, somebody who's been doing this a long time and knows, the kind of common mistakes students make and can give kind of color to what's really going on with these various topics in algebra. It's fairly complex. And so, for example, if we're talking about quadratic equations, can you tell me about the discriminant? Can you tell me about the quadratic formula, completing a square? What's the graph of it, the roots, the zeros? There's a lot of detail. It's not just as simple as plugging in these numbers and getting an answer. That's a skill, that's a procedure, but you want your child to know much, much more than that. And just let's look at the importance of algebra as your child learns. So basically about the 8th or ninth grade level, your child should be in algebra. Age-wise, that's maybe around 14, 13 to 15, I guess is the range. So let's say around 14. So you have algebra, then traditionally next you have geometry, okay? And then you have algebra 2, and then you have trig or pre-calculus, and then you make it all the way up to calculus. But everything, and I kind of wrote it out this way, everything is built on a foundation of algebra. Okay, in geometry there's algebra. Algebra 2 is just an extension of what you learned in algebra. Trigonometry and pre-calculus assumes that you know algebra 2. And then calculus is just, hey, if you're in a calculus course, they're just going to assume that you have all these skills. And generally, you're in college or you're a senior when taking calculus, you absolutely need to know this. And believe me, from experience, it really does take a lot of effort. And a teacher, the guidance of a teacher's instruction, somebody who knows, somebody who has experience and can communicate with your child is just, it's the greatest asset you're going to have as far as a learning resource goes. But anyways, hopefully you'll have a chance to take a look at this site, tabletclass.com. That's where my full courses are at, or algebratesthelper.com. That's just a great free resource, chock full of algebra. There's some other things there too, but you'll at least get a sense of my teaching style. But really, what I want to leave you with is, I'm talking to the parents out there. When you're considering an algebra program, try to think of it in terms of it being the foundation of a house. Okay, you absolutely have to get this right, because if it's not right, everything else here is going to be shaky. Okay, and I'd say a lot of homeschooling parents, they're just fantastic. Some of them have the skills or some of you out there have the skills to help your kid with algebra. But as it gets more complex this way, geometry, algebra 2, I mean, really, you're gonna have to have the command of the topics, and that means, as far as I'm concerned, you might have a degree in math or beyond to really kind of know what you're talking about. So elementary school, that's one thing, but when you get in here, really consider having a teacher help you out. Well, hopefully this video did help you out. Remember these two sites, tabletclass.com and algebratesthelper.com. We'll have plenty of stuff on algebra. All right, so good luck to you and all the best.